Another huge project that we've had this year is DEMTV, which is again a project of the thoughtful Dems. And what we've been doing is we have a bi-weekly policy update. It's a little satirical, it's also informative about sort of the political issues relevant to the Democratic Party that have been going on today. And we've gotten submissions from different colleges to put on there. Again, this is not something that we see as our project. We see this as a statewide project. So we really encourage you to get a camera and go tape something, send us your footage, put something together, anything you'd like. We'd really be interested in putting it out.
It's just an amazing opportunity. Does anyone have any questions? Yeah?
How's it feel being a superdelegate, Laura?
It's great. That's another fun topic of conversation. So actually, because I'm the president and we have our chair, Abosch, is at the University of Wisconsin, we're the College Democrats of America's two representatives to the Democratic National Committee. And normally it just means like we go to meetings in DC once in a while, I skip some school, get in trouble. But obviously this year it's huge. So we want to hear from you about who you think we should support.
I'm Stergalas. I'm the president of the Michigan Federation of College Democrats, and I worked with Derek and the MDP here, and to set up this conference, which is our first effort with the newly elected MFCD board, to try to reach out to campuses and students across the state to really get a big youth movement going this year and really turn out the youth vote in 08 and really increase turnout as well as activism throughout the state. So we're hoping this is going to be one of many events like this across the state and for regions. And I think turnout today really was very impressive, and it's really something to grow on. So I think it's a good starting point, definitely.
So for our viewers who may be involved with College Democrat chapters of their own, how would you say is the best way for them to get involved?
The best way to get involved would essentially be to, obviously start in your chapter and on your campus, getting things involved and kind of working and attempting to contact other chapters, not realizing you're the only chapter out there, attempting, regional schools, trying to do a regional event, working with the MDP, contacting other youth contacts in the youth caucus, things like that, to really put yourself out there and to make it known, that you're determined to reach the same goals that we are. So I think that just kind of, contacting other chapters and other party leaders will really help the movement start.
Give me a call anytime if anybody needs any help. If you're a college chapter out there and you need help getting started, or you're interested in starting a chapter at your school, you can give me a call. My cell is 810-623-3198, and I'm available anytime and would be more than happy to help you out.
You all know, if you've got younger brothers and sisters, because it passed you by, that we've completely changed the standards in Michigan for education. You probably have heard about it if you have younger siblings, but the 9th graders this year are required to take a college prep curriculum in Michigan. That was not the case in the past. So that every high schooler has to take the kind of curriculum that you probably all took. But it used to be that kids in different districts were taught different things, and they weren't required to take 4 years of math. They weren't required to take 3 years of science or 4 years of English or a foreign language. Now every child in Michigan is required to do that. Our goal is to double the number of college graduates in Michigan. We are in the bottom third of states because of our history with the manufacturing sector. If we double the number of college graduates, we'll be at about 63% of adults that have some sort of post-secondary education. That's our goal. The clearest indication of states that are doing the best are the states that have the highest number of adults in their population with college degrees. And it's not just taking a few college classes, it's completing. It's getting the degree that is most important, and it's not just a 4-year degree, it's 2-year associate's degrees as well. So we've got this long trajectory now. Every grade, not just high school was the last one we added on, but every grade has now these high set standards. Michigan is determined to be the 3rd best state in the country in terms of what we expect now. And so we should start to see the results of that as we go through. You may know that we eliminated the high school MEP test, and we've replaced it now with an ACT equivalent. So the kids are not taking both. You had to take the MEP and the ACT. We're not doing that anymore. We're having every kid take a college prep or a college entrance exam, so they're all thinking of themselves as college bound. Every young person, you guys may have experienced this now. You all have access to a $4,000 scholarship to college, the Michigan Crown Scholarship. We really want this to be a statement that we don't want cost to be a barrier, even though $4,000 doesn't get you, 4 years at U of M or any of your schools. However, it does at least get you 2 years of a community college tuition. So we're trying to take that off. You see that we are trying to get kids to take particularly science, technology, engineering, and math degrees once they are in college, because those graduates are the graduates that we need more of in Michigan.
I'm originally from Holland, Michigan, and I know they're a little bit sad right now that you're not going to be attending the Tulip Time Festival. But
there's a good replacement for you, Miss America.
Yeah, exactly.
They'd much rather have her. She looks much better in that outfit.
But I'm quite excited about your trip overseas to Kuwait and Israel, and I was wondering if you could speak a bit more about.
Sure. Part of our effort to diversify our economy is to invite international investment in Michigan, and so I'll be going to. I've taken so far 5 trips overseas. This is the first time I'll be going to the Middle East. Those 5 trips have resulted in about $800 million of investment in Michigan, over 6,000 jobs from companies that have come here because they might not otherwise know how to do business in the U.S. We target mid-level companies, not the big multinational companies. They know how to enter business globally, but a lot of times the mid-level companies, they might want to come over and do business, but they don't know where the door is open, and so we target them strategically. So I'm very excited about it because Israel has a great deal of specialization in areas like alternative energy and water purification systems, water renewal systems. So there's some real great opportunity there in alternative energy and Kuwait as well. So we're excited about the prospects there, particularly because it leads to jobs. I continue to say that in this global economy, I don't want to have Michigan just be the victim of the global economy and of globalization, because we have been, but we want to take advantage of the globe by inviting international companies to come here to create jobs. All right, should I have that be the last one? Anybody else with a burning question? You can't say it, Josh.
Sorry. So, not a very typical question, but when you're sitting in your office and you get a bill and you realize you're grabbing a pen and representing, the millions of citizens that live in the state of Michigan, how does that feel?
What an interesting question. Well, and when you're governor, you can answer this. But it is a very, it's a deep responsibility, especially at this time in Michigan's history where we're so challenged. I recognize that the decisions that are made now, in particular, are decisions that really impact people. And so when things are going great, you can be a little bit more cavalier about it, but now when things are really, really challenging. So it's a deep responsibility, and I take it very, very seriously. Although I must say, I do have this really great sausage pen that I use to sign bills that I have to roll my eyes at in some way. And how bills are like, making laws is like watching sausage being made. No one should ever do it. So I do have a symbolic sausage just for the bills that really, I'm not sure should be there, but maybe we're part of some other deal that I had to accept. All right, so I'm going to let that be the last question, Josh. Excellent to all of you for spending an afternoon, a beautiful afternoon, deciding how we're going to continue to make our state a beautiful state. Thank you, Chris, for the invitation to come. Thanks for organizing, and thank you all for organizing at the ground level and getting out the vote. Very important. No year more important than this one, so thank you all.
Signing off, this is Cronyn.
And I'm Josh Strazanac. Go Blue
and keep it liberal.